Hi, baby. What you doing? You leave my thread alone, you little monster. Hmm? You're a little monster. Hey, gang. Welcome to a very special Christmas edition of Yeet for Yarn. We're going to be using the World of Wool Luxury Advent Calendar from 2022 for our fibers, and we will roll up to see how many of them we get to use, and we will see what yarn we're going to make today. Let's see if the dice can be kind to us. All right, here we are for our final week of our Christmas episodes using the WOW calendar. So, week 4, Yeet for Yarn. Let's see what we're making. Oh, this is going to be an easy one. We only have 2 bags to use. Let's find out our add-ins. Another 2. Sequins again. All right, let's go for blending style. 6 chunks. Well, that's an easy one to do. I like chunks. All right, let's go for spin style. 2 again, worsted. And finally, for our finishing style, 4 thread ply. I think this might be our easiest spin out of all the Yeets. All right, let me get everything together and we will spin some yarn. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is our Christmas Yeet for yarn. So I'm in my fuzzy socks, my flannel PJ pants, and this shirt I have had since I was a teenager. So I'm not going to tell you how old it is. Just know that it's very old, as you can tell by the way it's unraveling. But I still own it, and it's in so many Christmas pictures. These are what I like to call my stoned cows. I'll zoom in so you can see why. I believe it was a Christmas present from my parents one year. But regardless, this is my traditional Christmas shirt. So today we're going to do our Christmas Yeet. Now, we have 2 bags. We're going to spin with sequins. We're going to do it in chunks. We're going to do it worsted. We're going to do a thread ply. So I decided, it's kind of cheating a little bit, but I did it anyways. We're going to use the dyed yarns, 2 of them. We're going to make a blue, green, gold-ish Christmas yarn. Fun, right? Then we have our green sequins and some green and gold thread. It's got peaches and pinks in there too, but it's got some greens and golds, so I think that will work well. And we are going to thread our sequins onto our thread and ply them on. So let's get everything set up for our Yeet and we'll get to spinning. 1 second. So here is our prep table. This is my extra Among Us. I didn't have any more orange yarn to make him a partner, so he's now my pincushion. Hey, it works. So first we need some chunks. So we're going to grab a good chunk of this. Oh, this is so soft. I can't even remember what these are. I want to look at it and find out. So this was bag 17. So this is Polworth, Camel, and Soybean. And this one, I believe, is our faux. Yes, so faux cashmere and bio nylon. So this is going to be like such a soft blend. Like soft feeling. Color-wise, not so much. There's a lot of color in there. All right. We're going to be spinning worsted. We don't have to add anything, so I don't think we need a whole lot of it because we can spin it fairly fine. So I think I'll break it off right here. We'll put this back in the bag. Smells like Perk Plus. All right, and then we need some faux. Let's get a chunk that's about the same length. Right there. At the end of that white spot. Oh, my hands are just in heaven right now. They're like, oh yeah, it's Christmas, because this is so soft. Now, the faux cashmere tends to be grippy and staticky. But that is literally the only downside to it, and it's not a very big one. Okay, now we have to put this into chunks. So I'm going to split it in half lengthwise just to make it easier to chunk up. And then we're just going to chunks. And now for our faux, we'll split that in half. And we'll chunk this. Can you hear that? Oh, you probably just heard my wrist crack, not the fiber going. Oh, look at the static. Wow. So there we have our chunked yarn. Now we're going to thread our sequins onto our thread for our thread ply. So the first thing I'm going to do is the end is splitting. That's going to make it really hard to try to thread it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to where the twist is good and clip it. Now I need a needle that'll go through the sequin, so I'm going to use this little tiny darning needle that I have. Now when your sequins are on a string like this, you can literally just put your needle through the hole of this sequin and then just pull it off the string and it'll just come right off. That's how they're threaded. Bobo's under the table. Would you like to make a cat meow on the video? Here he is. He's like, oh, let me into all that stuff. Ooh. No, you little monster. You're not getting into it. Down you go. Now these sequins I think I just got at like Dollarama or the dollar store or something. So I just bought some cheap ones. So we got a bunch of sequins on there. I'll put a few more on and then we will get to spinning. All right, we have our single spun. I ended up drafting some chunks together and spinning shorter chunks and all that just to get some variations in the color. I think it's turned out very pretty. So we have our single and here is our thread with our sequins. So I'm going to put that beside me. And I'm going to keep the sequins close to me. Just going to set those in my lap. I'm going to tie these together. Oh, here comes Bob. Will probably make trouble. He's into everything today. All right, so we spun Z, so we will apply S. Let's get our leader charged up. Increase our uptake just a bit. All right. Now, just going to grab some sequins and hold them in my hand. And I'm going to separate out. All right, here we go. Oh, wrong way. So I'll just slide in a sequin. Keep spinning, slide in a sequin. Okay, finding this awkward, so I'm going to try changing sides. Put my thread there, put my single in this hand, and put my thread in this hand. And let's see how that feels. That's a little better. Whoop. Now the advantage to having the sequins on the thread is it's silk, so the plastic won't cut through it like it might on wool singles. So there we go. I'm just going to work my way through and apply it. And we're done. Time to get it off on the nitty naughty. Coordination, I have it. This turned out so pretty. I'm actually very surprised by how pretty it turned out. And I got one of my noisy bobbins on here. There we go. That's better. And I got a lot of yardage out of this. It's a finer yarn. I ended up spreading out the sequins. So I would do like 3 full drafts from wheel to my stomach was the length I chose. So I go 1, 2, add a sequin, 1, 2, add a sequin, not 3, 2. To spread them out a bit and keep them a little more even across the fiber. But it doesn't always work that way. Some of them are bunched up, some of them aren't. But I'm fine with that because it did turn out so pretty. And those little sequins just give it like a little pop of flash. All right, here we have it. Our final Christmas Yeet. I think it turned out very pretty. With the sequins just giving some flash in there. All right, let's get it off the nitty naughty. It's a little bit overspun. Give it a quick snap. That settles down a bit, but a wash would take care of that. So here we go. There's our beautiful skein of yarn. I'm actually very, very happy with how it turned out. Those colors just look fabulous together. And thread plying it gave it like that puffy look to it because we were doing 2 different thicknesses of yarn. Look at how pretty. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's just so pretty. Pretty, pretty. Although I make it look a mess the way I have it bunched up in my hand. Look at this. You see the little monster? He's lucky he's cute. So that's it for our Advent Calendar Yeet for yarns. I will be using more of them in the future for other projects, but for specifics for this, that's the last one. So I hope you enjoyed this December Advent season with me. If you did, do the stuff down below because I do stuff like this all the time. Thanks for joining me, guys. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next one.